Hey guys, welcome back to my channel again. My name is Arsalan and today we are on day 77th of solving the object-oriented programming questions with the help of Python. If you are very new to this channel, let me give you a very brief introduction of what this playlist is all about. In this playlist, we have been solving questions based on object-oriented programming. We started from a day one. We started from a very basic logic, very basic concept of object-oriented programming, where we have solved a question based on only objects and classes. And then we have moved the bar of object-oriented programming day by day. And as you can see on the screen that we have solved so many questions. On each day we have solved different question, multiple question, and we have already discussed and understand the different concept of object-oriented programming, including inheritance, including abstraction, including encapsulation, including polymorphism, with the help of examples and basic structures. So this is another question based on abstraction, and I've introduced the concept where I have just discussed in detail about abstraction on day 70th, where I have discussed in detail about the abstraction, and from that day on I am just solving the question based on abstraction. In fact, we have been solving together the question based on abstraction. So let's start this tutorial, and just before starting with this tutorial guys, do subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, press the bell icon button and bookmark the playlist so that you can get the updates from the channel. So let's start this question. The question says you are developing a geometry application that needs to calculate the area of various shapes. Implement an abstract class called shape with an abstract method calculate area. This abstract class will serve as the base for different types of shapes. Create two subclasses, circle and rectangle, that inherit from the shape class. Each subclasses should have its own implementation for calculating the area based on its specific attributes. So what we will be doing here is, guys, first of all I would like guys you to solve it on your own first, and before just seeing my tutorial, I would like to ask you guys to just do it on your own. And if you are unable to solve this question, you can just watch my tutorial, of course, but doing it on your own first is a necessary thing to do, because you will know the lacking and you will know the level of your object-oriented programming knowledge. So let's start this tutorial and start solving this question. We have to create a parent class called geometry, class shapes we have to create. And I will be just telling it to you that how we will be applying the logic of abstraction here. So to do that, I will just creating a class shape first of all, and then I will be just introducing a method called def calculate area, and then I will be just passing this value, and then I can just show it to you that if I try to create, let's say a is equals to shapes, a is a shapes here, and this is an instance here. We can create an instance here, but the moment just put it self here. Let me just put it self here between those parentheses and put a colon here too. And what I was saying here is that if I just try to create an instance here, I can create, but the moment I will be just including the abstraction part here, I will be not able to create an instance here. Let me show it to you that if I just say that from ABC import ABC class and also import abstract method. So we have imported two things here. First of all, we have imported ABC, and also we have imported abstract method. So I will be just putting a parenthesis here, and inside those parentheses I will be writing ABC. Alright, and then I will be just writing this def calculate area as an abstract method. To do that, I will be just writing ABC abstract method, and this is now my abstract method. Alright, and if I try to run the code now, you will be seeing an error. It will be showing that can't instantiate abstract class shapes with abstract method calculate area. Before that, before I did that, we were not able to run the code. Let me show it to you that we will be not able to do that until I just include these two things into my shape class. Let me show it to you that I am getting no error, but the moment I will be just I will just including these two things inside my shape class. Let me show it to you that I will be getting an error, which means that can't instantiate abstract class shapes with abstract method calculate area. They are saying that we cannot include this abstract method. We cannot instantiate this abstract method, which means that we cannot create an instance for our abstract method. So this is uh, this is a concrete abstract class which was a concrete first. So this was a abstract class. This is abstract class right now, and previously it was abstract, which was abstract, which was a concrete first, right? So this is an abstract class now, and previously it was an abstract class, and right now this is also a abstract method. Remember, this is an abstract method, not abstract class. So this is an abstract. This is also an abstract method, which was a concrete first. All right. Now what I will be doing here is I will be just commenting down here, and then I can just run the code. It will be showing me no error, because we cannot instantiate the shape instance, which means that we cannot create an instance for our shape class, that is our abstract class. So now what we will be doing here is we'll be creating different shapes. Let's say we have a child class called child class circle, and it will be including the logic for calculating the area. So let's say we have a class called circle here, and this will be inheriting from the shapes class. So we'll be putting a parenthesis, and inside those parentheses we'll be writing the name of the shape class, that is shape, and then we will be just writing def calculate area. And before just I do apply the logic here, I have to show it to you one thing, and I will be first of all writing definite here, and I will be just writing def in it and pressing enter, and I will be just introducing a radius here and writing self dot radius is equals to radius. So this is my instance attribute here, and let me show it to you one thing here, that if I just create a method called def info here and try to just print some value saying that this is a circle, and try to run the code, and while creating a circle as circle. Now we can create an instance here, because this is a concrete class. So this is a concrete class. This is a concrete class. So we can create an instance here. So this is a concrete class. So we can create an instance here. We can write circle here, and we can take a radius as 5. Now if I try to run the method called info here, we can run the method. I can show it to you that we cannot in fact run the method called def info. Again, it will be showing me an error showing that can't instantiate abstract class circle with abstract method calculate area. So what it means here is, guys, let me explain it to you, that we have written here abstract, right? We have written this as an abstract method that calculate area is abstract method. What is abstract method? So what we will be writing here is, we will be writing it here as def calculate area, and then I can just implement the logic here. But before that, let me show it to you that if I just pass this value for a while and try to run the code, it will be not throwing me an error. See, it is not throwing me an error. You might be thinking that I have put it after this info method, that is why it's running, but it's not the case. Let me show it to you that if I just put it before also, it will be just showing me no error. Until I remove this or comment this down, it will be just showing me error, which will be like can't instantiate abstract class circle with abstract method calculate area. So it means that we have to create this calculate area. It is a must to create in our parent in our child class. So this class has to be created. So what we will be doing here is we will be just uncommenting this and applying the logic to calculate the area of the circle. To calculate the area of the circle, we will be writing area as a variable here, and we will be writing pi value. So pi is divided by 20 divided by 7 into 20 divided by 7 into self dot radius into self dot radius, or we can just write self dot radius power square. And then I can just return this area, return area. And similarly, I will be just creating an instance for my rectangle to rectangle, and I will be taking, instead of radius, I will be taking width and height, and I will be writing width here and width here and height here, height HEIGST and HEIGST, so width into height. And then I can just convert this into this method into this is a rectangle. And to calculate area, I will be just removing this logic and just writing self dot width into self dot height. Alright, so I have created two subclasses. I can create one more, which will be like square here, and I will be taking a side here, only side as my instance attribute, and I will be just removing this height from here and replacing this width with side. Alright, now in this my info method, I will be writing this as a square, and I will be just writing self dot width, removing this self dot width with self dot side, self dot side square, and then I can return this area. Now I have created three classes here, three subclasses, that is circle, rectangle and square. So we have three subclasses here, and we can create instances accordingly. I have already created circle instance here, and I will be just returning self dot this circle dot info, and including circle dot info, I will just also write including area. All right, and I can just remove this here, and I can run the code and show it to you that this is a circle coming up here. I have to print this value because I have returned that value from the in that method. I have just written the value, so I can just print it and show that I am getting a value as 22 divided by 7 into 5, so that will be equal something 78.57. This is my area of circle. Similarly, I will be creating a rectangle instance here. Let's say rectangle is equals to rectangle. Now this will be taking two instance attribute here, two arguments here, so I will be writing 5 and 10. And if I just write rectangle dot info, and I will be writing rectangle dot calculate area, and run the code and show it to you that I am getting that this is a circle, this is a rectangle, and I should be getting a printed value of area 2. So I have to print this value, and let's run the code and show it to you that I am getting this is a rectangle, and 50 value I am also getting. After this, I will be creating a square instance here. Square is equals to square, and I will be putting let's say 8 as my side, and I can say that square dot info square 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 is equals square dot info. Then I can just write square dot calculate area. Then I will be running the code, and let's see, this is a square and I have to print this value too. So let's just print this value, print, And now you can see that I'm getting this is square and 64 is my area. So 8 square will be 64 and 5 into 10 will be 50 and 5 pi 5 pi r square will be equal to 25 into 20 divided by 7, that will be equal to something 78.57. So this is what we have to do in the question here. We have created an extra subclass which was not asked in the question, which is a square, but of course the more we practice the more we can gain the knowledge. So it says that each subclasses should provide its own implementation for calculate the area based on its specific attributes. So we have created the three subclasses. We have understand the abstract method part, we have understand the abstract class part, and we have understand the difference between concrete class, that concrete class are hidden, sorry, they are not hidden, and the abstract class are hidden. So we cannot create instances for abstract class, yet we can create the abstract class, sorry, we can create instance for our concrete class. So we cannot create instance for our abstract class, and we can create instance for our concrete class. So this is the difference between both of them. So this was all in the question. This was all in the question on day 77. I hope you enjoyed solving this question, guys. If you have any doubt left, you can ask me in the comment section. Thank you guys for watching this tutorial on abstraction on day 77. Please do subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, press the bell icon button, and see you next time.